The sisters and sons going, Mr. Will, peace, Mr. Will. Peace, Silver. Yeah, take it, babe. Let me get the fire a little brighter.
Okay. Peace, everybody.
You can show them the moon from where we are.
Hold on. Yeah.
Like, we can show y'all the moon from the Arizona.
Oh shoot! Let me turn the camera around.
Does it? We completely missed the eclipse last night, but the moon is like right over the RV. Like the RV right here. It's like right over the RV.
No light pollution or anything.
Of course, it's smaller on here than it is, but it's right over us. The whole peace, Raina. We got the whole yard lit up. It's awesome. So let me get y'all just the Luna for a minute so we can put some more stuff on the fire.
Let's see. Let me bring this back around. And
go ahead and check. Go ahead. Go.
Okay. Peace, everybody. Yeah, what are y'all doing under this moon? We are out here and there's just like no light pollution and it's so just beautiful and clear and still out here. I hope y'all have been well. It's been a while since we've done a live. We got so many awesome things we're working on with the launching of Zen Wombs and getting everything ready for the documentary and getting ready for the detachment fast. So we've been like really busy with a lot of stuff, but lots of growth and coming into and just
heat, baby.
Yeah. Let me turn this way a little bit so I can get my hands. Yeah, we've just been doing a lot of like stuff in the work and then a whole bunch of inner work, just coming into stuff. So pretty excited about this moon. I love sitting under the moon. We got a fire tonight. We get a drum. And it's just been a while, so I'm excited that we are out here. Oh, who was it? He's like, pet me.
I know. Come on, goat neck. Come here.
Oh, I got two
baby.
phones in my hand.
Come on, baby.
And Tila wants some loving, but
You need to go. Go. Come on. Go lay down. Go to RV.
Joy said, you heard us. You know we miss the drums and fire as much as we miss seeing y'all live. Aw. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. We were having the most awesome conversation. We just had the most awesome conversation like ever. And
this is growth. That's what happens.
All kinds of growth. Like, we keep having really, really awesome conversations like nightly about what we're coming into or things that we're changing in ourselves or learning and applying. And then, I don't know. We just had a really great conversation. Can I do a little bit? Oh gosh. I don't think I'm ready. It's such a deep conversation, but the way Babe put it was so simple. It was so simple, but it's like simple to understand. It's still just blowing my mind. Like, it was such a big talk we just had. I don't even know how to introduce that. I would let you do it, but it's a lot. I can't even think about like the beginning of the conversation or
like just flow with it. Like, I'm on the other side of the camera. Like, don't premeditate. Just relax.
No, I'm not trying to premeditate. I'm trying to like, cause like different parts of the conversation that were just like blowing my mind keep popping up.
Like the more you flow, the more it comes to you. You'll develop in it. You might even add something to it.
Okay.
As you see it. So
sorry.
That's what I mean. Don't premeditate.
Yeah.
Just trying to think of what was and put to it. Just go with what's in you and allow it to develop.
Okay, I can do that. I'm gonna work on that.
No judgment here, babe.
It was about. Babe makes like the best analogies and metaphors and things that just really makes you get stuff. It was about like with our children, whatever we instill in them or put into them that's who they'll become. And the same that happened with us and our families, our parents with us. Like whatever they instilled in you, that's what you became. And Babe did this analogy with using apps. Like the iPhone and the Samsung, all phones come on default factory.
Default mode.
Yeah, on default mode. So it just has like this phone that everything like comes the same on every phone, right? And then
it comes with the basics.
Yeah, it comes with the basics.
Yeah, and the basics for us would be the functional brain, eyes, and the senses.
Yeah.
Your cells, your DNA. That's your default settings.
Yeah.
Just helping you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my baby.
She does it so good. Yeah, so we all come with default settings, like the basic things. So like in our lives, like Babe was saying, would be like our senses, just things that are automatic, that come with us, that don't really need to be developed, like we just come with it, right? So then as we are raised by our parents, they instill, like if we're still the phones, they install like apps in us based off of how they live their lives, like how they handled stress or how they rewarded you or whatever. Like there would be an app for everything that you're learning. It's not even that you're learning, but how do you say it, Babe? Like
Is that what you're learning?
Yeah, like there's an app for everything you're learning. So if you get in trouble when you're a kid and you get the app for consequences, like that'll, oh, it was so good. Hold up. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get the thought together because it's just a new conversation, new talk, like new deep talk. Let me see. What did I just say? If you're a little kid. Oh yeah, something for consequences. So you'll have like the default, whatever you put into your kid, like not overrides, but becomes the new default, right? So becomes the new default. So like let's say you do something bad and you get a consequence you don't like for it, it's going to deter you from doing that bad thing again, like with that app, like the consequence app. How did you say, Babe? Like you have the default settings that are always there. So that would be like your family, would be like your default settings, kind of just like no. Wait a minute, where did family come in?
Like you are defaulted. You have default settings.
Yeah.
Okay? Let me help.
Yeah.
Let me help.
She needs to help me.
Okay. Put it on both of us. Okay. So this is new. This is something process. This is something I've been dealing with, and us raising our son, and not only that, like he goes to see his father, or his father come. So like in us conversing with his dad, like what needs to be instilled in him and how and why. So this is kind of how I explained it. Okay, whatever we are, whatever we become, is what's been put on us. And the best way I can do that, because I'm really good with analogies, is let's use our phones. Okay, you took it off. Let's use our phones.
No, it just pops up.
Okay, let me put this in back. Our phones come with default settings, like, and they're called smartphones today. These smartphones come with these settings that they have on it. Just automatically, it's factory done, because this automatically come out the gate, and let's not even use the apps. Like if they didn't put any apps on it, it's just the phone. That's us. We come out of our mother with default settings. We come with this brain. We come with our functions. And let's not use somebody who's like missing some things. You know what I mean? Let's just talk about a being who's so-called complete or just healthy being. This being comes, because even still, that's just a broken phone. But this being come with this default setting. Now, think about this. whatever your cell phone is in your hand today, this phone that you, not that you just got, but this phone that you have had for at least a month, 6 months, a year, whatever your phone is a reflection of you. Whatever app is on your phone today, whatever your phone does, it's a reflection of yourself. Because it came just defaulted. It didn't have all this stuff on. Like, cause you go on my phone, like, baby, I try to put apps and stuff on my phone all the time. And I'm like, I don't like all this stuff on my phone. I don't like all this stuff on my phone because it's going to be in my face. And I'm going to look at it because it's on my phone. You feel me? And yes, I don't want to be programmed. I don't want this stuff in my face. So I want what I want. Like, I got the basic things on my phone. I got like my bank, my different bank apps on there, so I can get right to that. I got YouTube on there because I'm always learning something. I got just very basic things I have on my phone. But if you stop right now and go look at your phone and see how many apps, that's who you are. That's a reflection of yourself. In that, I want you to see your children. Setting on my face. So I want you to see children. Children came as that smartphone, a brand new smartphone with just default apps. Everything that we put on that child is an app. Why app? An application is what they're going to apply in their lives. You'll see, let's use something negative. Let's use us in the worst of ourselves. Let's use me being a hood sister who's into drug dealers, right? And there's drug dealers in our life, and we have a baby. We're going to put the apps on that child, all that we are, all that we know. So that child came default, but everything it sees is what it pick up and it becomes a part of them. It's a new application we put on them. So we were talking about creating a new type of being. How do you create a new type of being on the planet? In order to create a new type of being on the planet, you have to create a new Google Play Store. You have to become the new Google Play Store. You have to become the mommy Play Store and the daddy Play Store that's releasing downloads on this being. Everything, imagine if you were in a jungle. Just imagine if you were in a jungle. You and your other half, whether you male or female, you and your other half, y'all had a child, and all you taught that child was the jungle. Everything in the jungle, how to be self-sufficient, bathe in a river, Tarzan, you know? And then that child become of what's called of age, and that child go out into society. That child is going to go out into society with the applications it have in it. It can only apply what it know. It has no idea what a drug dealer is. The only reason our children know what a drug dealer is because we put that app in them. The only way our children know what a horror movie is because we put the app in them. The only reason they know Dora the Explorer and what's that fat dinosaur and all of this stuff is because we put it in them. So we have to become the pure and righteous mommy and daddy Play Stores and decide what this being is being downloaded. And that's how you create this new generation that what we wasn't. That's how you create what's to be and what tomorrow's going to look like. Barney, yeah. Thank you. What tomorrow is, what the future of the planet look like, what the future of these smartphones look like. Because see, the smartphone, you can take a bunch of pictures on your smartphone, but then the smartphone is going to react on its own. The smartphone, a part of it is called Google, and it's going to send you back an album that it created. So everything you put in the smartphone, because that's the smartphone, it's not the same phone as the phones we had that first came out, the little flip phones or the Blackberries. They wasn't called smartphones because they didn't react on their own. So this oppressor know everything that they do is fashioned after us. You see? It's fashioned after us and how we move. Our phones move just like us. You put an application in it, it's going to take that application, it's going to do other things with it and become, that's why it's called a smartphone. The shit is moving its own now. Take your fingerprint and do this, do all this stuff. The smartphone, that's your children. Your children are your smartphones. And whatever application you put in that being, that's the only thing it can be. So let's say we down here in Nosar and we're raising children. Like one of the things we do with our 3-year-old, we make him self-disciplined. We make him self-reflect and self-disciplined. One of the things our 3-year-old hates is the goddamn mirror when he's acting bad. We're like, oh, okay. Do that make sense what you're doing? Are you being disrespectful to mommy and Mima? I'm Mima, it's mommy. You being disrespectful to mommy and Mima? And we show him the mirror and he goes ham. Like, he hates to see himself in the mirror. So when he go in his timeout chair, we put him before the mirror. And it makes him go ham because he don't like to see himself acting crazy. Or sometimes, like, he'll stare at the mirror and basically he's self-reflecting at this age. And I'm like, damn, I wish my mother would have gave me that app and made me self-reflect. So then Luna was like, what if he just start playing in the mirror, like, and just having a good time in the mirror? Allow him to. Let him go through what he needs to go through with himself. Let him see himself. He's going to see himself goofy. He's going to see himself crazy. He's going to see himself. It's reflecting himself. So allow him to do whatever it is he needs to do, as long as he's in timeout chair, in the position of his hands the way they're supposed to be for that 20 minutes. Allow him to do what he needs to do with himself. As he get older, then he'll go into, on the land, he'll go into the timeout hut. What if he decide to just walk away and don't want to do that? No, he's not going to decide that, because the only thing the children know is what you put in them. If one of y'all raised a girl and we raised a boy under the same principles, we didn't give them no outside influence. They didn't watch YouTube. They didn't watch television. We just took them to nature and they played in nature. And we decided these two were going to be a couple. That we're going to put these two children together and they were going to be a couple. They would never know to cheat. That's an app. That's an app. We put too many apps on our children. Think about it. We put too many applications in the children. Our children do something at 7 and 8. And 10 and 12, they'll do something and we'll say, I didn't do that when I was a kid. When I was a child, I handled it like this. You put the app in them to defy you. And then wonder why they're defiant to you, because you put in these apps in them. But what if you never showed them any of that or told them any of that? Because it's really none of your children's business, because they're not yours. You are here to guide them. That's your journey. And you only should share that journey once they're on their own. Hear what I'm saying? Once that child reaches a certain age, the oppressor know about this. Why do we say when a child turns 18, they're grown? No matter if you're spiritual, if we're hood, no matter what it is we are, we say when you're 18, you're grown. Because at that point, you watch this being and you understand that this being will do what it need to do with the applications in it at this point. You don't have to guide it anymore. They might always come back home for another download or upgrade, or what do you think I should do about this to just, sharpen the app a little bit. But at this point, they're on their own to do what they need to do to make their own decisions in with the applications that has been instilled in them. And then they can go pick up other applications, they put it all together, and they go about their business, and they doing their thing, and all you can do is sit back and watch. That's all you should have did in the first place, because it's not your job to sit and instill your journey on a being. Your job is to guide a being to go on his journey to be a light being, to go on her journey and be a light being. That's all we're supposed to do, and we use our stories. We use our stories when it's time, when they're having trouble with this area, and you can say, I've been there, and this is what I've done. Like, the oppressor know that. They put it in movies all the time. Like, the mother died, and then they'll find her diary, and they'll be like, wow, I never knew this about mom because it was none of your business. Your mom just put you on your journey. He know that and teach that to his children. We don't. We make our children our best friends. We dance with our children, twerk with our children, smoke with our children. Everything that we're doing, we are putting applications in that being. And it's becoming them. And then you smack them in the mouth and say, why are you smoking? And inside they say, bitch, because you are. Excuse my language. They'll say, because you're smoking is why I'm smoking, because that's the application you gave me. So I applied it. And then I got in trouble for it. So they say, okay, I'm going to get a consequence for this. So then I'm going to go with my friends behind the building and I'm going to smoke. They're not smoking to defy you. They smoking because you put the app in them. Play Store. You are their Google Play Store and you are downloading apps into the beings that you're raising. And then when the being that you're raising apply the app, you get mad. You say shit. Your 4-year-old say shit. You don't say that. Why? You just instilled the app. They just a programming. I'm being programmed. They just a blank computer. Information is just going in them. So how do you get mad at them for putting the app in them and then in that smartphone, and then I get mad at Google. I put Google Chrome on my phone. But then I get mad at Google Chrome for searching. When that's what it does. That's what your children does. That's what happened with your children. You put the app in them. It's not about right or wrong. It's about application. It's about me applying all that I know. So my mom's alive. She chilling. She's doing this. She smokes. I'ma smoke. So then you'll say, I don't know how to. I've learned something better. I've learned that you shouldn't eat sweets. I've learned that we shouldn't eat meat. But he's 10 now. So how do I get him off of it? You change your view of what's in front of you. First off, that's not your child. I mean, you don't own that being. You don't own that being. That being is just what you're guiding until it's off on this journey once it can apply the apps enough to go off on destiny. Because every being is on this planet for what? A mission. Mm-hmm. So you have to guide missions. You're the God. I said to the wombs all the time. God. You are the guardian of destiny. So you just guard this being until it can walk off on its own to do what it's supposed to do. But what we're doing is, these beings are walking off, but they're walking off as replicas of us. Like you'll hear him say, nobody had, this generation is the sickest of all generations. This generation is the sickest of all generations because we're doing too much. The more we learn, the more apps we're putting in the generation in front of us. The bad stuff. Mm-hmm. If we learned more good, then that generation in front of us would be the better generation. We're not making them the better generation. We're making them worse because we are applying our BS to them. So you have to see that being in front of you again like a smart app. I mean, like a smartphone that you're downloading apps on. They can't download for themselves. They don't download for themselves until they of age. Whatever age that is, that they can walk off and handle this journey by themselves. Not their job by themselves, or get a house by themselves, or get a car by themselves. No, the mission Earth. When they can handle mission Earth by themselves, innately you know this, but you don't deal with the spiritual side of things. We deal with the system. So we say they can go off and make it. They can make it in life. Make what? They're not making it in life. They're supposed to be walking their journey and doing their mission. But we're not putting them on mission. Because we're bombarding them with bad apps. In this information age, we're doing worse than every generation before us. Even though we're coming into knowledge. Now we're a bunch of smart people. Apps have come back to us. Certain applications application from the ancestors to come back to us to wake us up to being more natural, to wake us up to getting away from disease, to waking us up to cellular health. But now we have cellular health, but still eating flesh. So now it's just a choice. So what you're doing to your children now is not even a mistake. The apps that you're putting in your children, that's not even yours. They may be your child for what that word means, but they're not your being. You don't own them. You are the guardian and protector of this being to go off on this journey. So you have to start deleting apps. You have to just start erasing and deleting apps in the beings that you're raising. You know what? I don't care that you're 10 and I've been giving you sugar all this time. I don't care that you're 10 and I've been feeding you meat. I gave you a bad app. That app is out of date. That's a bad app. This is the right app. What they're going to do? They're going to go through withdrawal. Because they remember that bad app. But it will be replaced if you're just firm. So you have to literally see them. We have to literally see the beings in front of us as mechanical beings that we are programming. Because the programming is on the parents. That's why they say the sin of a child is on the parents until they of age. Because then they go out and they can make their decisions on their own. But I don't even believe that, because the sins of us is on them. If you program them for all these years, all they know how to be is you. Or whatever application that you put in that being. We have to start deleting apps. But we have to start first deleting the apps within ourselves. Because we're still getting bad apps. Let me see what Joy said. Too many junk apps take up memory and prevent download of more useful apps. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We have to start deleting apps. I don't care where they go. I don't know what happened to an app in my phone once I delete it. I don't care whose space it goes into. Cyberspace, your space, or their space. But as long as it's not in my space anymore. As long as it's not in my Facebook anymore. You have to start deleting the apps in yourself, because all that we're doing is applying apps. Your mother put that meat on you. So now you're trying to get off of it, and we're dealing with it on an addiction level. Like, but I've been eating meat so long, it's hard, so I've weaned myself from this. No, you need to more so see it as you're deleting bad apps and replace it with better applications that you can apply to your life. That's why it's called an application. That's why they fashioned it after the human brain, the phones, because they know that the human brain take apps. Everything that's done around a being is an app. Because it's something that being take in. So like I said about that being in the jungle, if they never saw the hood, and we just raised them in the jungle, and then once they of age and could walk on their own, and we took them to the hood, what do you think was going to happen? Do you really think they're going to pick up different apps once they get there? But what you have embedded in them is going to be stronger. They're going to call him a light being. They're going to call him the Buddha. They're going to call him Jesus. They're going to call him all these other words, but they're not going to call him hood. If you embed in that being, because you are all they know, if you embed in that being, even the bad, once they get old, around 13, and tell them what the world is doing and what it's called, and then that's a bad app. And then they go out and see that bad app, they're going to be less, it's not going to be as easy to influence that being, to absorb that app or take that download. They're going to go correct it. And that's how you create a light being. You see what I'm saying? You create a light being by putting in the right apps. And sometimes you have to use apps to rewrite apps and override apps and delete apps. Just keep bettering apps. But you are the database. You got to have a good Play Store that the apps are coming from.
Yes.
If you don't have a good Play Store that the apps are coming from, then you are downloading bad apps, and you are part of creating the damnation on the planet by putting applications into beings that's going to go out and act out your application. They're going to apply what you downloaded into them. We have to do better. But to do better, we have to start by having an understanding of what's truly happening. The way they have set everything up to tear us down. Like we walk around with, it's so funny, y'all. We walk around with these phones, not even understanding it's fashioned after you. You are the next phone. And the more we grow and the more they study the human brain, the better the phones is that come out, the better the cars, the better the machines. They fashioning it after you, but they at the same time, they're learning how to program you. You are being programmed by the very device that they are programming, fashioned after you. The smartphone is your reflection. Your smartphone is a mini-me. And I'll say it again, if you think it's not, go look at your apps. All of those apps that you downloaded, that's what's in your head. That's what you're fueling yourself with. That's what you're learning. That's what you're becoming. That's what you are using to enhance yourself. The apps in your phone. We can't live without our phones. We can't get, you put another wood on there, baby. Make it brighter. We can't get away from our phones. Because our phones represent us. So if we lose our phones today, we go crazy and we got to get another phone. No, what you got to do is put your phone down. You got to put your phone down and get your downloads from source and nature. Go back. Because then when you come back and you get a smartphone again, it's going to look like source and nature. If Google even have an app for that. Google don't have an app for what I need. That's why I'm getting rid of it for 6 months.
Right?
Google don't even have an app for where I'm going. They wouldn't even put an app out for what we really need. That's why we're leaving for 6 months. We've come to terms, and we'll put that all out later. We've come to terms in our sabbatical for 6 months. There's certain things we're going to need. We're going to have to eat while we're gone, so we're going to leave the website up. We'll be off of all social media, but we'll have the website up, so we're going to have to drop off orders, or we're going to have somebody to drop off the orders for us at the post office and deal with the orders as they come if anything happens, but we'll completely be off of social media. So since the world is, that's the plus right now. Use them and don't let them use you. Okay, we can use this app called website. We can use this app called PayPal to eat with right now without being involved in it. Because we're going to go eat the sun.
Yeah.
In which all of y'all can go eat the sun with us. Y'all got to put these smartphones down and come back to who you are.
Yes.
And then you're going to realize this smartphone never had an app to get you where you going in the first place. Unless you listen to shit like this. Use that app to hear the truth. The real truth and nothing but the truth. Because it's even these apps are, the information that these apps are bringing in, it's not righteous. We're not righteous. We're using those same very apps and putting those applications in the children and let them watch people on Facebook twerk. Let them watch Jason kill Freddy Krueger. And then wonder why they gone mad. Wonder why they want to kill somebody when they mad. Because you put that app in them. They don't know it. When they came here, when they came through the portal, they didn't know that. They were default. You got to look at your children. Everything about the child in front of you. Everything about that child you birthed is your Play Store. That's what you created from your Play Store. You are a byproduct of your parents' Play Store. Or whoever raised you. The guardian that raised you, you are a byproduct of that. But now that you're on your own, you have to stop and say, what apps in me need to be deleted? I didn't put these apps on myself. Somebody put these apps on me. I'm deleting some apps in my life. See what you said, Joy. I can make you put your phone down. I can make you put your phone down. Digit. It was crazy.
Now that Erykah Badu song.
Yeah.
We're reading it.
Exactly. And to truly understand what I'm sitting here saying, start realizing you are the smartphone and what apps were put on you. You know, like as you learning and you come into spirituality, you like, I don't want to be like that. Like, I learned that from my mother. Well, that's my mother on me. Like, I don't want to be like that. That was the app. And you decided you don't want to be like that, so you deleted the app and replaced the app. You became your own Play Store. Think about it. So what Play Store are you being to the beings that you're guiding? That you're the guardian and protector of? She say, sing, Luna. What Play Store are you being to these beings in front of you? Y'all start deleting some apps. That's what we should have called it. And still, what are y'all doing this full moon? I still want to see. We can talk about that. But Luna started this conversation and got me going.
Such a big deal.
What?
This talk is such a big deal.
It's such a big deal. It's huge.
Like, I don't want to beat around it. I was like, let's just get to it. Because it's so, like, I want to hear more about it, you know?
You have to embed it.
Embed it, right. And start working on making the new apps and overriding the other ones, and yeah.
Look at your children, y'all, and see what apps you putting on them. What did you download? They can't download for themselves right now until they walk off. You're doing it. Everything they are is what you made them. They becoming what you make them, and then they go out on their own with that stuff you put on them. And then you be like, I don't know where he get that from. He got it from you. Because if you didn't actually take that action, you showed it to him. You allowed him to see it. You gave him the app. Delete the app. Start right now. Create different beings on this planet by taking out of their head what y'all putting in them. Our son don't watch none of it. We make his learning videos. We make his learning videos. We do his ABCs and make it fun and teach him in 2 different languages. Or 3. He's on 3 different languages now. That we make for him. You don't have to have another being teaching me at the same time, the same way you could take time out of your life to do a live or send a video to somebody. This is what you can do for your children. So when you're not around, they can sit and watch you, the application that you're putting in them. And then we go and we mad about what the school does, but you're the one who allowing a system to download into your children. But then you mad about what they doing. And then won't even go to the PTA meetings to discuss what apps should be applied or downloaded into the child that they can apply to their lives. Make your learning videos. Make your as much as you can. Do what you can. If it's 10 minutes at a time, if it's 10 minutes a week. If you do it 10 minutes a week, that'll wind up being 40 minutes a month. That you can make videos for your children and make it a must that they learn it. Just talks. Just have talks with the children. Just giving them downloads. Just giving them applications constantly. So that you are molding that being into being what that being should be. So you can start erasing some of what you are responsible, some of the downloads that you are responsible for that they've downloaded. Because it's all about the parent. But we so messed up. We've never been taught this. We haven't been taught how to eat. We haven't been taught how to love. We haven't been taught how to process information. Because before, this wasn't nothing to learn. This was just something to be. This is just what we were. This is just what we did. Now we have to relearn how to be human. But see, listen, the thing about your oppressor is that he's so smart, he dumb. He don't think that somebody gonna break through and see him. But you have those of us who are breaking through now and seeing. I'm like, wow, the smartphone is me. He didn't expect it. He just expected to program you with the smartphone. He didn't expect you to reflect it. And one of the ways of making corrections in your life, start correcting the apps in your phone. Look at the games you're playing in your phone. Why are you downloading that? Because once you put it in your phone, you're downloading that. Maybe with a phone back so it don't get too hot. Why are you downloading that in yourself? Start deleting apps, y'all. Make your phone as righteous as you want to be. Let me say it again. Make the apps in your phone, when you push that little square box, make your phone look as righteous as you want to be, even if you're not there yet. So then when you do go on your phone, you can start applying those things in your life and start deleting the BS out of your life. We got the news apps, because we want to know the bullshit that's going on. What's that other apps you get for just, what I just saw the other day, for like, that's how green I am to the BS. What's it called? Like those apps, the latest, or something like that it's called.
The latest.
The latest stuff that's going on.
Like trending?
Trending. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
Like the trending apps. Why that's in your phone? Who cares what Kim Kardashian is doing? Because she ain't doing nothing for you. But you download it inside of yourself to try to become like somebody who is doing nothing for you and going nowhere for real. And that's what we become. We become idiots downloading idiotic content. Start downloading your apps. Deleting your apps. Get more righteous apps. Look at your YouTube channel. Go on your YouTube history. What are you looking at? Go on your Facebook history. What are you looking at, and why are you downloading this in you and then wondering why your children acting like that? Because you're acting out and it's not even like we're being parents anymore. We're not even being guardians anymore. We're just reflecting. That's why you got people out there teaching that your children are reflections of you. Your child don't have to be no reflection of you. Your child only need to be a reflection of what you download in them. You ain't got to be no business to your child. Your past and the BS you done, your child don't have to ever know that. Even if you was doing BS right now, you don't have to do it in the sight of your children. They don't have to ever know who you are for you to be a good guardian while you fighting through your own BS. But they're teaching that. Children are little you. That's BS. They lying. They not a little you. They going off on their own and do what the hell they got to do for themselves and their mission earth. They little yous because you've made them that. You telling me your whole life you having sex in front of them, you talking crap in front of them, you doing all this stuff in front of them. That's why they're reflecting you. Just have the children reflect your downloads. You go to sources and say everything I've done in myself is wrong. All that's been put on me is wrong. Show me how to guide this being to not be what I am. Not that that's a little reflection of me. And then we dress them up like us. Teach them to dance like us. And teach them all of this because you think you right in what you're doing. And we are absolutely wrong. This is the information age. But it's full of dummies. Because we haven't been taught. We just haven't been taught so many things and we think we know something. You don't know if you don't know nothing because you got too many apps. Your cup is full. So you're not allowing nothing in. You got to delete those apps. How can I give you water? How can I give you some of my water if your cup already full? Empty your cup. Empty your cup by deleting all of that you've taken in. That's a nice fire. That's a good burn right there.
Yeah.
Because it's coming right up that cord, like out the middle. Let y'all see that. That's a really good burn. Here, take this. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Shit. I was trying to, don't get too close to the fire, because it was already getting hot, so I was backing it up. Uh-oh, something happened. Hold on, let me show y'all this fire real quick. If I could, figure out how to turn it on. They can't even see the way we see it though. That core right there is like awesome. Which one is this one on YouTube?
Yeah.
Peace, love, and light to all the wounds from Aurora. Peace, sis. Peace. Good to see y'all just here getting his intentions for this full moon. Yeah, this is awesome right now. It's self-contained at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We did good with that core.
It's doing all the right things.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Give thanks.
You warm?
Yeah, my hands keep getting cold.
You just put it in front of it. So take this. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. Talk to him. He and put it on you. Let me see you a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
I'm back to 2 phoning it.
Don't get too close.
I know. Let me turn. I guess. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I get it.
I keep putting it in the way. My bad. Try not to get too close to the fire, but I'm kind of close to the fire. Yeah, it's deep, right? Like you start thinking about it's so many aspects to this, like the apps that were put into you by your parents, upbringing, family, and all that, and then what even in that you've passed on and uploaded to your kids, not even realizing that it wasn't even of you. It was just like this outside app. And then sorry y'all, it's like really deep thought. We keep having these conversations every night during our cleansing, and they just get better and better every night. So it's kind of a lot for me to process and get the words out for it, because it is such a new thing we're talking about. But just being I guess being like aware that about the whole app system and all that, and just seeing it in that light can make you really identify the things that you want to work on or change, or delete, right? If an app, you delete it. Or if it's a good one that you're on, like updating it and things like that. And it could go with so many things, like your attitude, your actions, your self-care, the negative apps we have in us pertaining to health, and then changing that over and deciding how you're going to rewrite that, and then apply it. So this is a really good tool for the inner work. Gives you a different way of looking at things and puts it into a different perspective, especially since, children are involved, and anyone in your surroundings, really. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. I'm just out here. I'm under the moon with the fire, and just like all these thoughts are in my head about this talk. I'm just trying to get the words for it. It's kind of hard, but this is definitely one of my favorite talks. Like I think I'm kind of having difficulty because it's like I'm in the talk and I'm listening and I'm processing, and at the same time I'm like recalling all the apps, you know what I mean, that maybe weren't mine to begin with, or that need to be replaced or whatever. And then even seeing that displayed in the baby, you know what I mean? Just certain apps that I allowed in, or that I put on him, and just different, I mean, good and bad, you know what I mean? Just like the way he loves, the way he acts when he's angry, and just little different things. And it's just like, oh, that's familiar. So the mirror thing really works. Like starting the self-reflection really as early as possible. Like think about how many of us would have been able to handle life situations and things better had we had our upbringing done by people who understand the whole app system. because a lot of the bad habits and stuff that we have now, like we wouldn't have them if people knew better. So just cool. Like I'm excited to like practice this in all aspects of my life, like just within myself, relationship wise, mother wise, and just seeing, okay, what apps, just taking stock of the good apps, the bad apps, things that can be rewritten, deleted, whatever. So I'm just thinking about all that. It's such a good analogy, babe.
Want some more fire?
Yeah. The moon is like right above us. It's such a nice night out. Emma says, this is a deep concept to ponder, 100%. Less than any apps that have been running in the background, or greater than 100%. I don't know. Not 100%, but maybe. I don't know. That we can delete now, and then there's apps we can download. Thank you for sharing it all. Obviously, I'm having a hard time reading too. Sorry.
Whoa.
I know. I need to turn it and probably stand up.
It's gonna go down. It's about to go down. Don't worry about it. It's about to go down.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to turn the camera.
No, it's about to go down.
No, I'm trying to switch it so like they can see it.
No.
No, don't do it yet. Okay. Babe's building up the fire again.
It's pretty. Right now, I got all the stuff in it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
Just a little bit. Can you believe all the boys was gone and she was in there by herself?
no.
Now everybody in there now. That's what told me to have to cover them up.
Ah.
She was in there by herself.
Oh.
Cold in the ball.
Oh, no. Usually she'll tell us some stuff like that. She'll come and tell us, like, hey, come fix the situation. But it's kind of cold out here. Hence the need for the fire and the bundling up. Okay, so yeah, Emma said this is a deep concept to ponder. Many apps have been running in the background that we can delete now, and there's new apps we can download. Thanks for sharing this, y'all. Ah, okay.
Now that's just important. Get the concept.
Yeah, get the concept. I'm like excited to put this talk on my phone and just like listen to it all the time. Same very bad connection on this phone, and my hand's getting really hot. And my legs. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I gotta scoot back. I don't want the phones to overheat. There we go. Yeah, I wanna put this talk on MP3 and just listen to it, because this is gonna take like a little bit. I feel like.
Right.
And I want to say in the thought.
It's like we take information in, not realizing it's an app, right? So we take information in, like it's a letter or something, and you read a letter and you put it to the side.
Right.
No, you have to keep applying it. It's an app.
Right.
Application. Apply it.
Right.
So sometimes when you put an app on your phone, you don't go to it one time. If you put a game app on your phone, you don't just play that one time. You keep playing it until you get it and master it.
Right.
That's why you spend so much time on that game app, because you're trying to master that. You got to do the same thing with information. Understand, when you resonate with something, that's a new app.
Right.
You can't just watch a video of anybody that's downloading something and then you get rid of it. Like, okay, wow, that was hot. That was fire. Like I was saying the other day, that was fire. And then you out of there. No, you got to keep listening until you get it. Until it's something that you master. If it resonated with you, that's a new app. But what we doing with the new apps is they making you think that knowledge and apps are different.
Right.
Knowledge are your apps.
Right.
Your knowledge is your app. The knowledge that we put in our children are the apps.
Yeah.
You feel me? We're not learning that today. We're not even seeing it or making a connection that our knowledge is our apps, is application. Apply it.
Right.
Your knowledge is your apps, y'all. Resonate. What you resonate with
Knowledge
is your new application. What you resonate with is your new application. Allow it to delete the old application. Knowledge. Allow it to delete the old knowledge. That's what I'm saying. When you put it in your children, these apps is knowledge. Knowledge is the apps.
Right.
Deep.
Super deep. Super, super deep. We stuck.
What are you applying? That's why it's time to zero out.
Right.
It's time to zero out. It's time to take your phone back to factory settings.
Yes.
Take yourself back to factory settings. Get rid of everything. Don't let nobody tell you what's been put on you can't be taken off. Delete all of it. Go back to factory settings, just like I did with God. God, all this is put on me. I don't know if it's real or if it's not real. They put all of this on me. I let you go. Show me. And I've been shown. That was a new app.
Right.
It was new knowledge. Bring yourself back down to factory settings. You got your mind, you got your sight, you got your this, you got your wits, da-da-da. Start over and start applying righteous apps to yourself. Start applying righteous knowledge to override and delete the BS that's been put on you.
That's what we're doing for 6 months.
That's why I'm getting out of here.
Right. That's why we got to go for 6 months so we can go.
I'm excited because I've come into this before the 6 months.
Right.
What do I come into on the default app?
Right.
What do we come into on the default app, Lou?
Right. It's going to be good.
Let it go. Just let it go. Delete it. It does not serve me. Delete it. It does not serve me. I'm deleting everything that doesn't serve me. I need new apps.
Yes. That needs to be a shirt.
I need new apps. Yeah. I need new apps.
Yeah.
All of my apps look like the Buddha.
Right.
I was mean at the time because I was abused.
Yeah.
I was cursing like a sailor because my mother and my father did. That's not me. That's just apps. I delete all of it. I clean my slate. Source, give me new apps. I need new food apps. I need new clothes apps.
New food, new clothes.
New knowledge apps.
New building.
New sustainable apps.
Sustainable apps, yeah.
I just need new apps. I was learned that I had to go out. The apps I was given is you got to go out. You got to get a job. They pump it in you in school. They get these apps to you and they heighten them. You gotta go to school. You gotta get an education. You gotta get a job. That's an app. You don't. To Zoe has to never go to their school to be a millionaire. He just has to know commerce. He gotta go to school. But because my mother, the app was put on my mother that she had to go to school to be something, then we always taught we had to go to school to be something. That's just a bad app. Delete the app. So now we trying to get back. Support black business. That's the new app. Support black business. It ain't about black or white or nobody else's business. Know how to goddamn barter. Give something if you want something, damn it. Barter. It's just called barter. It ain't called black business or white business or black supremacy. It's just called barter. It's called... Listen to me. It's just called barter. You feel me? Just watch nature. Nature just barter all day long. It's a trade.
Right.
That's a true education. That's natural law. That's economics. True economics is just exchange. It's just exchange. You can exchange. Look at a prostitute, right? Some prostitutes get money. Some prostitutes get money in perks. This girl F so good, he gave her a Mercedes. It ain't about money, it's about trade. We forgot how to trade. But they took all the things from nature and changed those apps to something else. Hold on, real quick. Just real quick.
I know, I need to scratch my face, babe.
Oh, didn't.
Yeah.
They changed all our apps. And we forgot how to apply just the very basic apps. We forgot what to do with the default settings and what to truly apply to ourselves. Is what happened. I just need like 5 minutes.
I know, my face started itching.
What did I do? I don't know what I did.
No.
Oh.
I just needed my hand.
We forgot how to apply. We're going to take it for the 5 minutes because then I'll take it. I know you see it though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you may see it another way that they can see it.
Right. Because I'm trying to get the words.
It's too hot. It's too hot. Right there. I can feel that. And the drum getting hot. You done talking?
Yeah. I need to digest.
Alright, there we go. I can sit up so we don't get too hot. Damn, we put this up like this. The plastic is hot, but that's doing pretty good over here.
Good.
So yeah, y'all, we just chilling. I hope y'all heard me though. I'm gonna tweak this video tomorrow and just have the talk in it and cut some of the other stuff out. We wasn't even planning on talking tonight. We just wanted to be with family while in the full moon and absorb this energy with y'all, for real. Even that, like, we just need all new apps.
Mm-hmm.
We observing the full moon. We observing astrological energies and all this stuff the way we, with these apps in us. It was natural to us. You got to go back to your default settings and study the phases of the moon again. Because the phases of the moon is not even what it used to be. It's not even 13 phases of the moon anymore. It's like 18 and 19. But y'all still on 13. Listening to this bullshit. It's not the same. It's not what's going on. You have to go back to your default settings, wipe your slate clean, and just go to source. Just start over. Let go. Like, most of us are so afraid. We're afraid to let go of our apps. We're truly afraid to let go of what's been instilled. And that's what's happening. Mm-hmm. When you're afraid to do something different, it means you're afraid to let go of the knowledge that's been instilled in you. You're afraid to go get new knowledge. You're afraid to go get a new app. I don't know, if I get this new app, it might mess my phone up. It might come with a virus. Then don't go on what somebody else tell you is good for you. Just go get it yourself. Let go and go with the flow of things. Go with the flow of nature. Go with the exchange in nature. And you'll get the apps that you're supposed to have. But you're in the right place. That's why you're here right now. That's why you're on the journey that you're on right now. Because you're asking for it. You're asking for a truth. You're asking for new apps. You're asking for new knowledge. But what are you going to do with them? Are you going to apply it to your life? It's time for everybody to get humble. And if everybody think they're doing the right thing, everybody going to the jungle and everybody going to go build and everybody going to go take off all their clothes with all these effed up apps in them. That's why none of them lasting with each other. It's not everybody not lasting with each other because they got bad apps. That mental madness I told y'all about. That's bad apps. Mm-hmm. Mental madness is bad applications. It's bad knowledge put in and it's bad knowledge exerted from you. Nature, none of that is truly going to do it. You have to delete everything to even see nature. You can go to nature and take Babylon to the jungle. if you don't cleanse yourself out. Which one is it? This one? Yeah. What did it say? I can't even see that. Popping in, I miss y'all. Peace, Cynthia. We miss you too. Like we really do. We've been just doing so much. I love when my eldest son asks for guidance, but even more when he figures his own way. When he figures his own way, even though I'd gladly help him, he has to know that he knows not just what mommy knows. Right, I told you they'll come back. They'll come back for an upgrade to something that you gave them. That's upgrading the app. Like when your apps get upgraded on Google Play Store, they get upgraded because new information come in. So what you taught them needs to be upgraded sometimes. So either they'll come to you for the upgrade or they'll upgrade it within themselves by other apps that they've taken in, which is knowledge, other apps that they've taken in to upgrade their knowledge, to keep on their journey. But if you instill the best in them, hear what I'm saying? If you instill the best knowledge in them, they'll always come back to you, to your mommy Play Store. Don't instill the BS in them. Don't instill your BS and what you went through and all of that. That's none of their business. There's a time for that. It's a time when they on their own, and time is what they call grown, and they can handle that information because you've instilled nothing but righteousness. So they're gonna come into situations, and then you can say, and they're gonna cross paths with some BS, and you can say, "Son, I've been to that." He gonna say, "I never knew that. Right? You wasn't supposed to until now." Not share your whole life with them and then wonder why they acting like you did when you was a teenager because you told them how you acted. You put the app in them. Everything we do is not for our children. Everything we've done is not for our children. Not if we trying to create light beings. Not if we trying to create better beings than we are. What we're doing right now, we're just making little me's. Mini me. They messing with y'all heads. That's why they do stuff like that, the little mini me. And they think it's cute that your kid acting just like you. It's so cute. He look just like me, acting just like his daddy. He acting just like his... That's not cute. What happens? What kind of being do we create when we don't influence them? When we only put righteous applications in them, no matter who and what we were and what we did and what we doing, they don't know that. We only put righteousness in them. We have created new beings on the planet. Because a person only becomes the apps in them. They only become the knowledge instilled in them. That's all they can become. They don't know anything else but what they know. So be what they know. You decide what that being in front of you is going to know. Imagine, never say YouTube to your child. Never say the words. Never say Facebook. Never say it. Never do nothing around Facebook. They will never know it. Which means whatever they are is what you put in them. And what you put in them, you can start deleting apps. They're not old enough to be on Facebook until they grown. Because Facebook is hell. We know there's some righteousness we can get off of Facebook, but we know they can go the whole other route, especially depending on what you instill in them. They can go to hell on Facebook. Take the shit back that you're putting in them. Take it back. Take the stuff back that you're putting in the children. They won't get it until they get it. And that's not your concern. Your concern is what you're guiding them to be. Have a vision for the being in front of you. When you're impregnated with a child, have a name for that being. Ask source. Who is this I'm with? What am I supposed to do with them? Go to a shaman, a witch doctor, something, have somebody shake something. What is this energy I'm with? What is the mission of this being? And when that child come out of you, whoever you got received in your dreams, put them on that mission and nothing else. And create a new world. That's going to blow your oppressor. They're not expecting this one. They're not expecting us to create a new world's wombs. Create a new world. Start deleting apps. Every app that he give us, don't give it to our children. Give them the apps that whatever righteousness is to you, y'all see it. Imagine we all in school and they got this one girl that they bully all the time because they call her the church girl. All she do is wear a little skirt. She got a Bible all the time. What's different from her than you? Her apps, which means you can mold the being. What's different from the little girl in the hood and little girl that was raised with a silver spoon in her mouth? The apps. What was instilled in that being made that being, which means you can make a being by the apps you put in it. You have control over that. You just didn't realize that you did. You just thought it was cute and they were mini-me's. You thought it was genetics. You thought it was genetics. Oh, they just like their daddy. They just like their grandma. No. They doing just like them. They not just, you don't know what they're like. We don't know what they're like. We just know what's put on them. But we thought it was genetics all along. No, bad information is exploding in their DNA because of what we're putting on them. Let me say that again. The DNA is exploding with the bad stuff of grandma because we're opening it up. We're making it available to them. That's enough. That's enough.
It's just a scratch.
Okay. We're making it available to them by what we're opening up in them. So we're opening up that channel of information for them to tap into that information in their DNA to store in their minds. Because this is a soul being. That's the default being. Not even a soul. A conscious being is the default being. The mind is the library that stores all this information. And then you have DNA, which is within us all, that explodes with this information.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say, well, that is genetics. No, it ain't genetics. Genetics is just what look alike. It's just actually not cosmetic. What's this called? Pheno. What you look like. That's what's passed on. That other information not. It's all kinds of information stored in the DNA. And whatever the person is what they tap into in that DNA. So if you're creating a hustler, they're going to tap into the DNA of their granddaddy, the hustler. They're not going to tap into the DNA of their granddaddy, the preacher man. That side of them. Because DNA is just information. It's a database. It's microchips. It's SD cards. DNA is SD cards. It's information that's been held from generation to generation. It's the Akashic records in you. Just like there's Akashic records in the earth, and there are Akashic records in the soul, the conscious you. I've been talking for a long time. My throat dry. No. Halls maybe in the drawer there.
Okay.
The information in the Akashic records in the conscious you, we forgot to tap into that one. What you are consciously, what are you in the universe, what are you as a part of source, that's your mission earth. We don't tap into that because we're too stuck in the mind and we're too stuck in the bad parts of our DNA. And we talk about all this ancestral it is. Your ancestral everything is in your DNA. It's the records held. It's data. That's why right now, listen, your oppressor, honey, is using your DNA. They got, I forget what they just called them. I just saw it. Look this up. They're using DNA to store information for up to 5,000 years. They're opening up a DNA data bank. To store just regular information, they've learned how to store it in the DNA because that's what DNA is for. That's the Akashic records. And they've tapped into the Akashic records. They gone that deep. But you think, you want one?
Yeah, thank you.
You think it's a mystery. No, it's just your cell phone. It's the SD card in your cell phone. That's called DNA. The apps in your cell phone is called knowledge. They fashion it all after you. It's just knowledge. All of it's just information. It's about how we apply it. So just my thing, y'all. Start deleting some apps. What Joy's saying. Phenotype. Thank you, Joy. Start deleting apps. Clear out so you can get back to your conscious self. So you can get back to the mission. And then the beings that you're guiding, start deleting those apps you've put in them. And no, especially hearing this, you'd wish you wasn't here. Because now, hearing this, you're going to be responsible to this.
Yeah.
You're going to be held accountable and responsible because you heard it. The message was sent to you because you see it. You see the apps that you're putting in those beings, which is just called knowledge. You're putting those apps in these beings that shouldn't be there and taking them off their mission. Source overstand you were taken off of yours. That's why she's coming to you now to correct it. I don't have to be from nowhere. I can come straight out the gutter with this information and you know it's real. You resonate with it. You feel it. That makes you responsible. It's time to delete apps. It's time to get down to the default you. Get back down to your default settings and let this stuff go. You gotta let this whole world go, y'all. You gotta let everything that's been put on you go. It ain't no more, who am I today? We don't say it. Who am I? Who am I? We say, who am I going to be? What am I going to be? Am I going to be a nurse? Am I going to be a doctor? Am I going to be a lawyer? What am I going to be? Not who am I? Who are you? Who are the beings that we're raising? That's where it's going to start. You got to start in the womb. Who is this? This is serious. Who is this? Because everything that the world has become, the wombs made it that. The wombs brought those beings here. Every being here, the wombs brought it through, and the information started in the wombs. And yes, it was some situations where things couldn't have been controlled, whatever. The bulk of it, we did it. Check this out. Who was responsible for what's happening in the hood? Don't say the fathers that left, because we get that a lot from the sisters, and that may be very well true. The fathers left, so that means you raised the hood. You created the hood. You downloaded all that stuff into all of those beings out there right now and created that place called the hood. You did not defeat the sorcerer. You did not defeat the sorcerer and his magic and what he put on you. You cast them same spells, those same apps, that same knowledge over your children and made the hood worse than it was yesterday. You know it. We didn't do that yesterday. Oh my God, these kids are crazy. Who made them that way? You gave them your stories. And they were smartphones. They made it a better story than yours, is what that means. Not that they worse than you. They upgraded. This is so real. Listen to me. They wasn't better than you. They didn't do it. They wasn't doing it better than you. They upgraded because they were smartphones. They took them photos and made a slide out of it. They just upgraded what was in them. Where back in the day, way back in the day, a shootout was, you had respected the shootout, I had respected the shootout. We took 3 steps and turned around and somebody shot. Everybody shot. Somebody died. Sometimes everybody died. Today, we thought about it. They upgraded. Nah, it's a chance I could die in that. I ain't doing that. I'm going to put a mask on my face and hide in the car and ride by and shoot that nigga. That's the upgrade. That ain't disrespect. That's what you put. And then you said, back in our day, we had respect. We put our fist up. They thought about it. Okay, they put their fists up. Y'all told y'all stories. They fought each other. This one beat them up. I took it. They broke my jaw, but I handled it. They were like, I don't want my jaw broke. So today they put a gang together. And all of them jumped on you. I never got my jaw broke because we all beat you up. That's called an upgrade. It's not called they worse than you. It's called they better than you. They upgraded. Overstand it. Just like your phone. I just want y'all to see it. I'm going to leave this alone. We are all working just like the phones they fashioned it after us. We are upgrades to our parents, and our good and our bad. Our children are upgrades, not disrespectful. They upgrades from what you put in them. They upgraded that shit and became better at it, not worse than you. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't become worse than you. They became better.
They evolved.
They evolved. They evolved your evil. You should be proud. We should be proud of this generation because they evolved our evil. Is what they did. They upgrading, y'all. Delete some apps. And that was a bad ad I put in them. You feel me? Like they made that big machine called the Beast. And then that machine started AI, artificial intelligence. And it started talking back to them. They were like, oh shit, we need to detach that. We got some tweaking to do in there. They deleted the app and started over. We not deleting no apps. We don't start over. Just like your oppressor. Your oppressor is the evolution of you. He just doing it better than you. It ain't no good or bad. He's doing it better. He upgraded. And you just still dealing. He upgraded. They got the new phone out. What's the new phone out? The latest phone.
I don't know what number they're on.
I don't know what number they on to. That's called Samsung Galaxy 10. And you still on that little flip phone at first. You still on beepers. And we mad and call him evil because he upgraded. He evolved. We're not evolving, y'all. That's when it's time to clean your slate. That's when it's time to clean the slate. Go back to the default settings and get more powerful apps. And master those apps. That's all. Master the way you eat. That was just an app, which is information. Master the way you think, the way you walk, the way you make money, the way all of it. Upgrade. And I'm going to leave y'all alone because I can keep going. I love y'all. I hope y'all hear me. I really hope y'all hear me. I wouldn't even plan on talking about all this tonight. But we coming probably tomorrow or the next day with the official release date to the doc. If y'all ain't checked us out on Zen Wombs yet, check us out. We decided to give back. People been donating to us and we just hadn't had time to give back to that. So we opened up our website. So you have to give donations. If you want to support us, just buy our products. It's helping us to build. It's helping us to do what we're doing. So buy a $2 product. It helps us to do what we're doing instead of giving a donation. Because that is a donation. But we're just giving back to you. You're getting something for that product. And we try to sell what's in our space. What we do. Anything on that site is what we do. And a lot of the people we know is what we do. So our natural soaps, our incense, all of that is what we do. We got some good specials on there right now. So just support us, y'all. Spend $4 at the site. If you spend $30 at the site, shipping only $3. We eating the shipping costs right now. So y'all can help us get the site up. Zenwombs.com. 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 This week, tomorrow, the next day, we come out with the official release date of the documentary. And when y'all support our website, y'all help us because y'all know we're doing it for free. So we got to market this. We got to go out. All these little monies and stuff that we collect and stuff we sell, it helps us to go get more flyers because we chose for this to be our work. We chose to work for the people. That's what we do. And then as Twin Flames, that's what happens when you come together with Twin Flames, and we'll put that video out tomorrow too. You get more into your divine work. You get more into your mission, which you came to the planet for. And that's all we care about. I don't care about the white man's money. We don't care about the white man's job. We'll do whatever we have to do and sell our natural products. We have to sell them to feed us and our children and our dogs and all this stuff. We're not going to them. Source Goddess. Let me share that with y'all real quick too. Like I have one of my sisters that I really love that we talk to, and she came to this planet with a mission, and she don't understand that how she can get into her mission because she got to pay her bills. And what I'm trying to explain to her, and I hope some of y'all get it, is this. When you do your job, everything about your job comes with it. When you go to McDonald's, you go there with your uniform. They give you your uniform. They give you your training. They give you your position. They give you whatever you need to work that job. And that's the same thing with Source. When you start working in the mission that you came for, eating to eat is a given. That's how we all, that's the information we need to survive, that maintenance, to keep this flesh going. Source already know that. So when you come here and do your job, she gonna feed you. It came with the job. Just do your job and everything. That's why I say, seek you first the kingdom of heaven, all earthly things coming to you. What that mean is, come on earth and do your mission, and it come with perks. Where McDonald's don't care about how you want to get to work. And if you have enough money to eat, Source care about that. Source sent you here. And when you just do what you came here to do, Source give you everything else to make it happen. Most of us are going through so many bad things because we're not on mission. It's when you get on mission is when things start straightening out. I promise you I know this for sure. When you get on mission, things just start panning out. But you're going to go through things. Like if you haven't been on mission and now you want to get on mission, you're going to have to go through that middle ground. Let me give you an example of what I mean. We were eating crap. And now we want to eat for proper maintenance and conversation. So we had to go through a detox. Now, a part of that detox was we released parasites, dropped mucus plugs coming out of us. My whole side of my face broke out into these crazy looking bumps. But that was on the way. That's what happened on the way because I had to release what was there. You feel me? Because me not being on mission had me on BS. So I had to release the BS to get to heaven. That's on the way to heaven. So no, you're going to get the bumps and the mucus plugs, but that's on the way to heaven because things have to be filtered out of you. So if you decide today, after being in a lot of BS, that I'm going on mission, just know on the way, you're going to go through some things because things have to be filtered out. But once you get to the other side, it's just heaven. So don't see it like it's too hard seeing these are the things I have to go through because I haven't been on mission.
Yeah.
That's all. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's not that serious. We all go through ups and downs anyway. So go through the downs of the crossover.
Yeah.
It's all right. Go through the downs. We went through the downs of the crossover. There's so many different levels in a relationship, but we decided to get over the hump so we can see it beautiful. You have to choose to see beautiful. We watch twin flames come together and they don't make it. They don't make it because they don't want to sacrifice the mucus plug. They don't want to sacrifice the bumps on their face. I don't want to look that ugly. Nah, forget this. I'm going back to meat because the meat coming out me is uglier than the meat in me. So I go back to meat. No, I decided to go through the ugly.
Yeah.
Just go through it. This is a part of it. And we look at each other like, oh, babe, my good, oh, no, what, oh, girl.
True.
And then it's gone.
Yeah.
We went through it. We made it. Make it, y'all. You can make it. You can make it. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. You can make it.
You can do it.
Get to the other side. Get to your beautiful. Start working in your mission so you can get your perks. That source art is, listen, your job is already laid out and everything that come with it is going that come with it to make it happen. Your food, your money, your everything is already on the other side. Stop struggling over here. Fuck it, you might as well go through the middle ground to get over there because you're struggling over here anyway. So get to the other side. Stop struggling. You don't have to. Get back to your default settings. Let y'all take a last peek of this fire. We out of here. We love y'all. I'm trying to flip these cameras. Hold on. I don't know how to do it. How to flip this one? I couldn't do it. Stop playing with me. I don't know what this was saying. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I'm trying to do 2 cameras at one time. Okay, there it goes. I love y'all. Hope y'all apply what I said. It's not going to happen by listening to this once. Master it. Apply this application that you just downloaded. You can either delete it or apply it to your life. Make it an app in your smartphone. We love you.